What's up, guys? This is Keykey Mathews again with another podcast. And today I'm going to be talking about 10 ways to keep your relationship healthy and strong and keep your relationship from falling apart. Thank you guys for listening to my last two podcasts. We're really improving on the podcast and stuff like that. So keep bringing the energy, guys. So you're on the couch with Keykey. Let's go. The first thing is not to lie. Number one is don't lie. I feel like in relationships, you should just be honest. You know, whether it's a good honesty or bad honesty, because I feel like either way, if you lie, it's going to come back and bite you. And if you tell the truth, the person's going to be mad. So either way, you can't win, because lying only makes the situation more worse. And then it's on your conscience and it hurts and everything like that. So don't lie, guys. Always tell the truth. It helps you out in the long run with situations and stuff like that. Okay. What's the next one? Never give up on each other easily. Always work for the relationship. A lot of times that's the problem with people. They don't work for their relationship. They just give up. This person, give up in their relationship, and that person give up, and nobody works to make the relationship better. Then it will fail. If you've been in a relationship over a year or 2 years or 3 years like that, that's a long time in these days and times to be in a relationship. So you have to make sure you work for your relationship. Don't let nobody come in and try to take it from you or whatever like that. Always talk through your problems. I feel like number 3 is always talk through your problems. I feel like if you talk through your problems, you'll work it out better. If y'all just go and be mad at each other and slam doors and keep it inside, it never gets resolved. You have to be able to talk to that person whether they want to hear it or not, just for your sanity. Stress can kill people, and I feel like I'm not going to let you stress me. We should be able, especially if we've been in a relationship for years, we should be able to talk to each other. We should be able to sit down and have a civilized conversation and not yell at each other or fuss and fight with each other, but we should be able to talk it out, because I feel like if we can't talk it out, then somebody has to walk it out. So that's the number 3 one. Number 4 is be open about how you feel. Always be open about how you feel. And if that person don't respect it, then that person don't respect it. I feel like that's my dog, guys. I'm sorry. I feel like I want to be honest with you and tell the truth. If it's weighing on my heart, then it's for me to tell you, because if I lie to you or I keep it bottled inside, eventually it's all going to come out all at once, and I'm going to snap, and it's going to be crazy. So I feel like, keeping it bottled up inside and not expressing how you feel is worse than keeping it inside, because at the end of the day, both of you guys will be miserable, because the person's not telling how he feel and she's not telling how she feel. So that's the number 4 one. Be open about how you feel. Number 5 is don't try to be perfect. In a relationship, it's not perfect. No relationships is perfect. You have to work for every relationship you're in. I don't care if you've been in a relationship for 20 years. You still work every day to keep that relationship fresh, to keep the adventures fresh, to keep the love fresh. I've been in a relationship for 11 years, almost 12 years. And we still working to keep our relationship fresh and new, because we've been together for so long. So, when you've been together for so long with somebody, it gets boring after a while. So you want to be able to keep it fresh by doing different things, exploring different things, being honest with each other, letting each other know how you feel, and doing stuff that make you guys happy. Like me, I do, my podcast, my videos, my TV show, things that make me happy, so I won't lose my sanity and stuff. You know what I'm saying? When you live with somebody and you've been with somebody for so long, you kind of get smothered a little bit, and you need that space. So the number 5th one is Oh, that was number 5, guys. Number 6 is don't talk about your ex. I feel like that is really a deal breaker. Talking about your ex, like me, I don't even think about my exes. I block them off all my social media accounts. We don't even talk anymore. We have no reason to talk. We broke up. We handled it civilized. What do I need to mention you for? Just the same way with him and his relationship, or the woman in their relationship. If you're mentioning your ex, you're making that person feel like, oh well, is something going on with the ex? You want to be with the ex or something like that? So I feel like you should mention your ex. I feel like mentioning your ex is a deal breaker. That's what ends your relationship, I think, with a lot of situations, because a lot of guys, are insecure. Some guys are jealous guys. Some guys don't want their, girlfriends around their ex. In the same way with girls, a lot of girls are insecure. A lot of girls are jealous. So when you put those two together, it's a bad combination. So don't mention your ex around your girlfriend or boyfriend anyway, guys. The number 7 one is don't compare your past to your present. And that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, don't talk about what your ex used to do back in the day or what you used to do back in the day with this one. Talk about what you're doing now with the present and the happiness you have with your present relationship, instead of talking about, back then, because then they're going to feel like, okay, well, if it was so good back then, why you're not with that person and stuff, and it's just going to lead to relationship drama and stuff like that. So never talk about the past. Never bring up the past. Always keep it present. Okay, the number 7 one is, where is it? Oh, that was number 7. So number 8 is to be honest to each other. That's the main thing in a relationship. A lot of times people's not honest. People scared to say how they feel because they scared they're going to hurt the other person's feelings, or they're scared that this person is going to, leave them or something like that. I just feel like honesty to me is the best policy. At the end of the day, I have to live with the consequences of telling a lie or not telling the truth. And I don't want that on my conscience and on my heart. I'd rather be honest with you. And if we can't work it out by me being honest, then we can't be together. But I'm not going to sit here and lie and keep lying and keep stressing myself out because I'm scared of what the outcome is going to be, because it's still going to be a bad outcome if I lie. So if I tell a lie, I'm still going to have a bad outcome when that person find out. If I tell the truth, it's still going to be a bad outcome when that person find out. So either way, I'm still going to be dealing with a bad outcome. So that's the number 8 one, to always be honest with each other. Number 9 one is put your ego aside. A lot of times people have their egos. They don't want to admit when they're wrong, or they don't want to admit when they did something wrong, or somebody call them out on it. They feel like, you torturing them or you being bullied or something. Put your ego aside. Accept that sometimes that you're wrong, or let the person be right sometimes. Like me in my relationship with my boyfriend, when we fuss and argue, I let him be right sometimes, just so he can feel like his pride. I don't be like, okay, well, I even though I know sometimes I'm right most of the time, but still, I let him have it sometimes too, so he can feel like he done something, I had the last word. Sometimes you got to indulge each other, to make the relationship better. So, yeah. And the number 10th one is understanding each other's points of view. Like, always make sure you understand where that person coming from, and that person understand where you coming from, because a lot of times people can get words misconstrued. That's my dog. I'm sorry, guys, if you can't hear me. She's outside. She wants to come in. But a lot of times you can get words misconstrued, or words can be more than what they are. You guys can say more than what y'all supposed to say, and it leads to a big old fight or something. So make sure you understanding what people say, and make sure your words are good words and you're talking clear, and you letting that person understand how you feel, because if you don't, then it could become a big issue in your relationship, and You don't want that. If you have a good relationship, you want to keep your relationship good. I'm not saying everybody's not perfect. The only person that's perfect in the world is God, but you have to work at relationships. I've worked at my relationship. That's why I've been in one for 11 years, because it takes work. It doesn't just, okay, well, we're going to be together for 11 years and we're not going to have no obstacles in the road, because we've had plenty of obstacles we faced in the road, but we just have to say, you know what? If we love each other, God will bring us through it. Now, if it's not meant to be, it's not going to be, whether we've been together for 11 years or not, but it's meant to be. We've been together this long. We hold strong. We get along perfectly well. And that's just how it is. So, guys, that was my 10 relationship rules and stuff in a relationship that you should and should not do. I just wanted to make a quick podcast about that. I know I did one topic on relationship, but I did 10 things that you should or should not do in a relationship. So this is Keykey Mathews. You're with me on the couch at night, having night talk. And please check out my podcast. And thank you, guys.